Right. Still on the road to Santiago.
Morning.
Almost halfway there. And today is it's not a particularly long one, about 24 kilometres. We started a bit late and we've come from there. And we're going all the way down there aggressively on a road, but it's actually not a very busy road. What we do know is the temperature today is going to get up to about 32. It's already stinking hot, and it's about, I don't know what time it is.
It's about 10:30.
About 10:30, half 9 UK time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't posted for a few days. Partly because we're just sort of getting on with the job in hand. And also by the time we seem to get to our destinations a bit quicker, which obviously means we're much more fluent, wouldn't you think, in our stride.
Fluent in our stride. I wasn't thinking that. That's a very, very well put, Mike.
But also, despite the fact we get there about 1 o'clock every day, leaving at 7:30 now, we tend to want to just chill out, and then as soon as we chill out, we actually are meeting lots of other pilgrims, and it's sort of come a bit more refined, hasn't it? It's the rush and the excitement, the exuberance of the youth has taken way or given way to those that are actually I don't know. I remember Lou commented on it. She said you sort of get a different walker when you get further on, and we're not even at Lyon yet. But Lyon hopefully tomorrow night. No, night after tomorrow, and that is a sort of 2/3 done, if that makes sense. Anyway, how are you, Gilly?
I'm good. Just to say that a couple of nights ago, we stayed in a wonderful auberge, or auberge, they're called.
Oh.
I've been calling it the wrong name. Run by Dutch people who were
Oh yeah.
very organised and had lots of rules. But it was really, really nice. We met some beautiful people. We had really nice food, which was important, And she made pancakes. So
Oh
we
yes.
had lovely pancakes, and we met some really interesting people around the table. We all eat together. A lady lawyer, ex-lawyer, and two ladies who were evangelical Christians who'd been missionaries in Africa.
Very gentle, aren't they?
When people
Very
talk
gentle.
about their life story and they tell us about themselves, it's such an honour to hear it, Lots of lovely people, and then we ended up yesterday in a small village. And it was like a ghost town. There's only 4 children in this village. It's like a science fiction
Yeah, it's
film.
very odd.
Yeah, and we were looking to go and have a drink early evening for our Pellegrino salad.
Well, your Pellegrino
Spaghetti.
salad.
Yeah, and which they do as a special offer for Pellegrinos. And the only place we could get a drink was in the supermarket. There was a very small supermarket with a table inside. And we had a glass of wine and a beer in this lovely little supermarket. So that was so weird. It
Very
was so
strange.
surreal. But when we had our Pellegrino dinner, we met some wonderful
Yeah.
Argentinians who come over on their bikes, and lovely people. What you're doing. So, yeah.
So the young lady who
people.
ran the supermarket, called the Pink Supermarket,
Yeah.
she was very informative about the village and how it all just closes down in winter because it's cold,
Yeah.
and it means that fundamentally everybody's isolated there. It's not very far away from habitation, but she was quite clear on the fact that no, it just closes up, and if anybody wants something, they have to go into a main town. And it was very weird. I mean, she said there were only 4 children in this village, and it really was like out of a film. But nonetheless, it was fun, and that really encapsulates certainly the last 3-4 days, doesn't it? We rock up somewhere, You get the walk, day's walk sort of under your belt. You get there, you chill, then you meet lots of people, have a moment.
Oh, and
We do have a moment.
do you remember one of the Americans walking along? He took a picture of you, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't allowed to be in it because he's doing a. When Camilo, he was
Gracias.
doing a calendar for Men of the Camino. Yes, which is quite nice. Yeah.
We sort of met a lot of Americans, don't we? And lots of Americans we've met. There are quite a few Spanish on this. That crowd that just overtook us, they're more Spanish. A lovely Spanish lady who lives quite local to this who's doing it. And she was great. Just meeting some really extraordinary, wonderful people. And of course,
the
Jilly
world-
brings the best out in them, which is always very
Well, do you know,
Very
good,
impressive.
Good humour transcends all languages, I tell you. And I've been on form. I've been enjoying teasing the men with their lycra cycle shorts.
Which should be illegal before 8:30 in the morning, actually.
I was saying, no wonder they can't make any friends wearing that. Yeah,
That was
that's
shocking.
But they did laugh. I have to say, they were
Quite
giggling.
a few shocking things. You always throw a shocking thing in.
I'm in my element here.
But oddly, a lot of the bars and restaurants we've seen are they feel like you're in Austria or Germany. They're like little pub things, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it accessible to everyone. But you know, I think because the world has become unlocked for
Well,
now,
that's a good observation.
I think we've been talking to people, and as soon as they could fly, they went. They were all gone. And some Australians we met said, we just needed to leave. We needed to leave. And I said, what if they don't let you back in again? We don't care.
Yeah.
We just needed to go. And I think bringing all the different nations together is really important because we chat. We're all the same. We're all very similar. And when we're isolated, hello. When we're isolated, as that was,
That gentleman was randomly
random from somewhere.
walking with no clothes on.
But you know, we realise that we are all very similar, and we're divided by isolation, aren't we? So we're all coming to that conclusion, which is quite nice. Not necessarily beliefs, but we're on the same road.
I
as they say.
think that's interesting. It's great meeting with people, and let's get off the road a sec. Great meeting with people, and there's great camaraderie and the common cause, the common adventure, and there's a generosity in spirit. But as soon as you start getting granular in your conversation, I wouldn't say the differences appear, but the areas of which you might have a difference of opinion show up, and it's interesting to see how much this reforms an opinion. But having said that, I'm looking forward to seeing anybody on this route. So we've lost track of many people. You get out of sync with people. The two ladies we met last night we'll see again. And who knows, we met Graham this is day 19. We met Graham on day 3, who wears a beret and very smart glasses, but is, I would suggest, in his 70s. And he was very insistent on British, going slow and be blowed. We walked past him yesterday a couple of times, and he was with the Americans and things. But the likes of Christian and
Everybody else.
not
who met
Hummus,
the
what's his
young
name?
ones, but
Oh, crumbs! What's the name of that
dog.
dancer? Oh, and the dog. So we lose track of people, and some people go, some people leave, and I've got no doubt that we'll be heading to another adventure tonight with a different set of people. However, what we do have tonight, which we're very excited about, particularly as it's 32 degrees out here, or it certainly will be, got a swimming pool in
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Even if we have to share a room, you know, in a dormitory with 12 to 20 people, that's okay.
It's all right, isn't it?
We keep seeing people saying, I think I slept with you the other night. We've slept
Funny,
together
isn't it?
quite a few times.
But whilst we haven't posted for a few days, we've certainly been chatting about all sorts of things. The thing is, we bottom a lot of it out and you sort of think, I'll revisit it later and get it videoed, but we don't tend to do that at the moment.
Talking the Camino, as we said
Talking-
before.
Talking your walk, walking your talk, talking your walk. Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, talking your walk.
But we certainly had
I
some.
wonder if we'll keep talking this much.
Well,
in the
we
next
always
2
have,
weeks.
to be perfectly honest.
Chat.
But we do get to the point where it's hot and you find yourself going into your own world.
I even played ABBA the other day.
That was a
walking
bit.
into
That was a bit
village.
surreal.
Yeah, I was playing all sorts of ABBA songs walking into a village because it was so hot. Helped propel me along.
Funny how songs bring back memories, and of course you're listening to something that we heard come up, Mamma Mia, or something that came out
Yeah.
back in the 70s, and you've got this mix match of all these different moments, and particularly as you played it at Christmas a lot, and then the next moment you're walking along a road. So we're almost halfway, which means that we've put in 390 kilometres. And yet it's difficult to believe we're only halfway, and yet we are halfway.
We're going to jog the next bit.
Yes,
you know,
jog
we're just
it. We did have a little way.
Fit.
We met Pierre today, who's actually already done 1,000 kilometres, having walked down from France, and he had a lot of wisdom around walking and distance and time, and I think it's weird. We had this concept of managing time at home, and it's quite difficult to shift out of it. So you think, oh, you know, we've got a job to do, which is get to the next destination, and you feel like you should be doing it, but we're slowly settling into the very obvious fact it can be done any time over the 12 hours after you leave. And it's still difficult to get your head round, because Pierre, who I met this morning, rocked up at 9:30 last night, which is incredibly late. And he said, I found it too hot today, so he just stopped somewhere nice in the shade or in the town or somewhere and just chilled for 2 hours. And they started walking at 6 o'clock in the evening. But it's a sense of organisation, isn't it? You think, we need to find somewhere to sleep, we need to get where we're going, find somewhere to sleep, and then got to eat. But in actual fact, a lot of this can be done in a much more chilled fashion, and that chilled fashion comes from having experience of doing it and familiarity, much in life. You just need to keep questioning it, don't you, really?
Absolutely.
And say, do you need to do that? Anyway, come on, you need to say something. What else have you done? Are you shocked?
Well, I think
recently?
we've done today. I think we've done our video brilliantly. We've been to Carrion de something or other, which has got a very strange name. Which is a
Carry
old
on,
monastery.
yeah. That was a lovely town.
Yeah, and we just walked through there. We were just saying we really ought to take a photo of all these villages and these places we've stayed, because we can't remember their names. We can look them up, but they're such long names, some of these villages, that we go, yeah, that place, you know.
That place, you look on a map, put your finger on it.
Yeah. Remember Navarrete and Neha, and lots of lovely places, but yeah.
Well, we're not sure. We're hoping that this isn't going to be our view for the next 3 hours, but to be perfectly honest, if it is, it doesn't matter, because it will just be part of our journey. And it really is about the journey and not the destination. Having said that, I'm rather looking forward to getting to Santiago. So, anyway, bye-bye everybody. Say bye-bye, Jenny.
Bye. Buen camino.